Hey everyone, welcome back to another Just for Today daily reading. My name is John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I've been clean and sober since February 21st, 2021. It's June 5th, and today's subject matter is Honest Prayer, page 163. Although honesty is difficult to practice, it is most rewarding. Basic text, page 96. How difficult we find it to be honest. Many of us come to NA as confused about what really happened in our lives that it sometimes takes months and years to sort it all out. The truth of our history is not always as we have told it. How can we begin to be more truthful? Many of us find it the easiest to be honest in prayer. With our fellow addicts, we sometimes find that we're a hard time telling the whole truth. We feel certain that we won't be accepted if we let others know us as we really are. It's hard to live up to the terminally hip and fatally cool image so many of us portrayed. In prayer, we find an acceptance from our higher power that allows us to open our hearts with honesty. As we practice this honesty with the God of our understanding, we often find that it has a ripple effect in our communication with others. We get in the habit of being honest. We begin to practice honesty when we share at meetings and work with others. In return, we find our lives enriched by deepening friendships. We even find that we can be more honest with ourselves, and the most important person to be truthful with. Honesty is quality that is developed through practice. It isn't always easy to be totally truthful, but when we begin with our higher power, we find it easier to extend our honesty to others. Just for today, I will be honest with God, myself, and others. Amen to that. It might be a reason for this reading today, because, I follow a lot of these conspiracies and a lot of the evil that seems to be going on in the world right now, and there's a lot of stuff that's just not right in the world. But ever since I've been clean and sober, or when I finally surrendered, it was amazing how much of a relief. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but John, there's a freedom, I guess, is maybe what I'm trying to say, in not deceiving people. Not deception is a horrible thing, especially in addiction. I took so many people for granted, and I hurt so many people in my life because of my addiction. And now that everybody basically from my life is either passed away or is no longer in it, and so nobody had an opportunity to see that I even changed, or that it was possible for me to change, because I honestly didn't think I was ever going to get out, and I thought I was going to die in addiction, and just the fact that I lost desire. Oh, and this whole thing about the conspiracies and this evil that I'm talking about that seems to be going on in the world right now. I mean, so, I've gotten to a point where, I pray. Well, I don't get to a point that I pray, because I try and pray all the time. But I've been intentionally trying to pray twice a day. Once in the morning when I get up, and once in the evening before I go to bed. And so, I'm dealing with a lot of inside issues, I guess, ever since I've been clean and sober. in regards to sleep, immunity. There's a number of things that I would think I'd have to write all out before I could even try and get into it without losing my train of thoughts, and I do that quite often. And because of how quickly I do lose my thought process, like I'm losing right now, it's I don't know if it's sometimes I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or if it's because of I was in addiction for so long. But either way, I'm working hard every day to try and defeat that, I guess, because I exercise every day. Um, I recently started working. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm maybe taking on too much because I'm also running trying to run 7 YouTube channels, which I'm just kind of struggling with those too. But anyway, I think I've said enough. So thank you everybody for joining me today. If nobody's told you today that they love you, well, I love you, and we'll see you again real soon. Okay, bye for now.